If you definitely have, everyone does. I'm trying to stick to your calories, but things just don't seem to work out. Lunch, meal prep that you're going to take for work lunch. So when you get there, you now don't have an idea of what you should do. And then at the end of the day, you're a few hundred calories over your normal calorie goal. Or maybe the approach that you've been on is really unsustainable and you've just got really, really bad cravings and you eventually give in. What would you guys on why these happen and how bad they actually are? Because I think, let's talk about it, right? And I'm a YouTube video and a podcast. What's all for you guys now? These will either usually happen when you're on an unsustainable approach to fat loss, and it leads to temptations, and you just eventually give in because the approach that you're on is not sustainable. It doesn't suit your life. It doesn't suit your needs. It's not letting you have your favorite foods. It's making you restrict yourself at social events. Something that's just too sort of tempting to come by, and you have an off day. Maybe sometimes that's not the case. Even if you have a really good plan, off days will still happen. I have clients who are losing weight at exceptional rates. I have clients who are getting amazing results on the program, such as Pia, who's just joined us 5 weeks ago. She's already 5 kilos down. Or Mitchell, who is 20 kilos down this year, and he's about to have his wedding, and he looks like a completely new man. Different examples, but our clients still have off days, despite the amazing results they've been getting, and despite the flexibility that they have to still eat their foods on a daily basis and still be able to enjoy themselves at social events while staying on track. Off days happen for anyone. So I'll give you guys 3 real life examples on how bad off days really are. So as I was saying before, you have a day where you forget to bring your meal prep for work at lunch, and takeaway, you couldn't really find anything that suited it exactly, and you could only find something that's 200-300 calories over. So that means for the day you're 200 to 300 calories over, and now in terms of a weekly calorie total, you're 300 calories over your normal weekly total. This one day would barely have any impact on your rate of fat loss. Like generally, it would not. If we average that out across each day, if we spread out those extra 300 calories across each day, it works out to be about like 40 to 50 calories on top of your normal daily calorie goal each day, which in the grand scheme of things is not going to affect too much on your fat loss rate, essentially. Something that might affect it a bit more is, let's say you have one really big day where you go off track. You've been good all week, but as soon as it gets to the weekend, you hold yourself pretty alright, but then Sunday, something happens and you consume 4,000 calories, a normal daily calorie goal to live half. A normal kilo is 2,000. So you go double, which is actually harder than you think it is, but also some people it might be challenge accepted. It might be pretty easy as well. But, you'd have to do a pretty good job to go that far over. It'll do a day where you just say, fuck it. You know what I mean? It'll do, like, I'm going over. It's not like a 300 calorie over sort of day. It's 2,000. It's double your calorie goal. It's a dedicated stuffed up day. It's a dedicated off day. Even with that, if you look at the average of a weekly basis, instead of losing, you will still lose weight. You won't lose half a kilo that week, but you'll still lose about like 200 grams of fat, which in a week where you literally had a day where you ate double your calories, that's still pretty good to be losing any sort of weight, right? But a massive off day or massive off weekend. Let's say you get to the weekend and then Saturday, Sunday, you consume 5,000 calories both days. So you're literally 3,000 calories, more than double your calories over on 2 different days. Yes, you will gain weight for sure. But for this day or this sort of an off weekend, people would usually think, God, I'm gonna gain like 5 kilos from this day. I'm gonna gain like a kilo or 2 kilos on this day. Realistically, you only gain like 250 to 400 grams of fat realistically for that week, which for 2 days where you're more than double your kilo, like miles over, 5,000 calories is a lot, by the way. Like, that's a massive, major amount over. For 3 off days, it's not like you've just gone and gained 5 kilos. Yes, you've gained maybe 250 to 400 grams. But with the right plan in place, you can easily reverse that within a week. You know what I mean? So, but I also want to talk about the scale. If you have a massive day where you eat, or 2 days where you eat massively over your calories, or even just 1 day where you eat over your calories, the next day you're going to weigh in out of curiosity and be like, oh no, have I gained 2,000 kilos? Like something like that, right? Also, if you have a day where you intake more calories than usual, your body's going to have a bit of a spike. You have fluctuations, which means that when you weigh yourself the next day, you're not heavier on the scale. It does not mean that you've gained 5 kilos of fat. As I said before, the most that you would gain in the absolutely terrible 2 off days is like 100 grams. Really. So if you're saying that you've gained 2 kilos overnight, please don't believe it. Fluctuations happen, and the weight scale is not a completely reliable, thing to base your results off of. For sure, it's like when you're losing fat, you do want to see that dropping. But it's not every week that you'll see it drop. And it's not necessarily telling the truth all the time. So that's all with the off days. If you have a recurring issue, how we can actually stop these off days from happening. So if you feel like if you feel a recurring issue, or you feel like it's about to become a recurring issue, that means there is something wrong with the plan that you're on. It's either too aggressive of a calorie deficit, it's either too unsustainable, maybe you're not including your favorite foods on a daily basis or most days, so you get really bad cravings, or maybe you don't have a good weekend plan. Maybe you go out to social events and you completely restrict yourself. You're the one who gets the salad when everyone else is getting pizzas. Like, you're going absolutely X Games mode with this calorie deficit and this fat loss phase, right? You're not letting yourself have anything. Or maybe this is happening. So to fix it, you need a sustainable plan that actually fits your lifestyle. And that's what we help our clients do on our program. As you saw previously in the video, the results that they've been getting. We do clients not only 10 kilos in the first 90 days of the program, but they have the most personalized plan ever that will make sure that they're eating their favorite foods on a daily basis, in moderation, of course, so they can still get results. But they'll also have a weekend plan to still be able to enjoy themselves and have that balance with their social life. So they can live life while maintaining and getting great results. So some are not as bad as you think. I hope there's a bit more clarity on that. If you're on the scores at the moment and you feel like these off days have become a recurring issue and you need a bit of help just getting yourself back on track, we do offer a free game plan call where we can give you a personalized plan of action, completely free 15 to 20 minutes. All we're doing on this call is giving you a plan. So if you want to claim this, so if you want a bit more information about how we could help you, go to my Instagram at landonquinn.coaching. Give me the word sustainable. Thank you.